think Black Pages first.
You better think
Black Pages.
When purchasing goods like beauty supplies, cell phones, clothing, and food, think Black Pages first. For services like cleaning, event planning, and healthcare, search, shop, support.
The Macon Middle Georgia Black Pages.
Community for attorneys, auto, barbers, books, catering, churches, DJs, insurance, venues, and more.
Over 1,600 African American businesses listed.
Serving Baldwin, Bibb, Crawford, Houston, Jones, Monroe, Peach, Twiggs,
Damn.
Wilkinson counties. When you spend money in your community, you are supporting the advancement of your community.
Our motto is
Have you hugged a black business today? Well, here's your chance with the new re-edition
of the Macon Middle Georgia Black Pages.
So think Black Pages first. Available in hard copy and
Digital.
get your copy today.
think
Black Pages first.
I know that you are tired of all the bad news that's going on in our country, in our world, and in society today. So you can thank me later for bringing you some good news, because we need some positivity in this. I'm coining that word in our community. And I'm so happy today to be able to bring some information about some good news. Now, let me tell you why this is good news. Because I purport that one of the things that's going to help our country and our community is business, small and minority businesses. I purport that these businesses need all the support that they can get because of the way that things are going, you know, the drop in the economy, all of the division in the country or what have you. I also purport that in order for us to make it, not only us in Macon, Georgia, but throughout the country, throughout the city, throughout the state, and throughout the world, we need to come together and use the resources that we have in order to affect the position of our community. So, since I'm purporting, I purport that this program that I'm fixing to tell you about is good news for the community, particularly the African American community, because it's about a grant. Now, it's few far and in between, you all know that. So I'm so thankful to the Georgia Coalition of Black Businesses, of which one of our guests, Ms. Charise Stephen Merriweather, is the president, not only of the Georgia. Look here, I shouldn't announce this because, you know, it might give her the big head. But she's in charge of the Georgia Coalition of Black Chambers and the Central Georgia Coalition of Black Chambers. And she was involved in a program and a process that was designed to approach the governmental leadership in the person of Governor Kemp to say, we need some money, the Georgia Coalition of Black Chambers, in order to support these businesses that were affected by COVID or what have you. But it would not have been successful without the effort of the Georgia Coalition, Charise, and some other people. But hey, now, that still needs to be implementation of anything that you get. Right. So the reason you see two folk, the reason we're going to talk to two folk, one person is the originator and the other one is the implementer. In order for it to be successful, you need both of them. So we're going to ask them, this is the call to action. I'm so excited about this. I didn't introduce myself. I'm so excited. I tell you what I'm really worried about is announcing, I said Charise Stephen Merriweather, I can say that. But this other name, Omanovic, you know.
You got it.
So we got Charise and we got Mr. Theresa Omanovic, you know, to talk about the SBR. Is that right? SBR?
Yeah, Small Business Revitalization.
I was saying SRB, Charise, and Kayla kept correcting me, said, that ain't right, Mr. Habersham.
SBR.
SBR. So talk a little bit about the grant, if you would, Charise, and then introduce Ms. Theresa and talk about her role. And also, we do want the community, you know, it's open with certain qualifications that you can talk about, but the reason we're doing this show is because the Central Georgia Coalition of Black Businesses wants to play a role in the success of our business community, and this will play a role in its success for the people who are fortunate enough to get the grant. Charise?
Thank you, Mr. Habersham, for this opportunity. We're excited. We have It's been a long road, and we are moving forward across the state of Georgia with the SBR grant. I do want to commend publicly Theresa Omanovic for all her hard work. What we're doing here in Central Georgia is actually being duplicated throughout the state of Georgia, and she'll talk about that a little bit more. So we're all in this together. The SBR grant, the total was over $2 million that Governor Kemp actually gave to us to support our small businesses, especially ones that were affected by COVID. So we're excited. We're rolling this out locally. We had one successful SBR grant that was at the Mega Mall. It was a phenomenal, I'm using your word, standing room only training. Our next one is going to be on October the 25th at Fanika Miller Space in Warner Robins. At the Secede co-working space. So we're not just for Bibb County, it's going to be throughout the Central Georgia region. We're so excited, but I do want to introduce you to Theresa, and she could tell you what her role is.
My name's Theresa Omanovic. Thank you for having me here on quick notice, really quick turnaround here. So I am excited to be able to participate with the Georgia Coalition of Black Chambers in this role as project coordinator for the SBR grant. So for those that don't know, the Georgia Coalition of Black Chambers is an affiliate. It's a coalition of 12 regional or 12 Black chambers that are throughout the 12 regions in the state of Georgia. And the Central Georgia Coalition of Black Businesses happens to be an affiliate of Georgia Coalition of Black Chambers. So as Charise was saying, Georgia Coalition was awarded a grant, $2,163,340 to help build out the capacity of the chambers that are affiliated within the Georgia Coalition, and to award a direct financial assistance grant to small businesses that were disproportionately impacted by COVID-19. These are COVID-19 relief dollars. There are some requirements in which that go in hand with that. But we are fortunate enough that now in 2025 that we're still, we're still feeling the effects. The economy is still feeling the effects of COVID via inflation. But we are so honored to be able to bring this information to our community and be able to award these grants. Now, to be eligible for the grant, you had to have been in business on or before March 3rd, 2020. You had to have a negative economic impact, financial or direct or indirect financial impact from COVID. Have to be a for-profit business. We are going by the definition of what a small business is, the SBA's definition of a small business, and that is one that is in the business of for-profit and that have 500 or fewer employees. Other major qualifications that we want to bring educational resources to our business owners, our minority business owners, to increase business acumen and business development opportunities. So we're requiring that you participate in a Money Smart class that Charise just gave the dates for. So and those classes are free and open to the public. So you come on in, learn. Let's talk about some modules or some information on where your business is, where your business could be going, and develop some networking opportunities. That's the biggest piece with the training classes, and then the information that you're provided. So once you come in, receive that, apply for the grant, and see where you are within that region, and hopefully you'll be awarded at the end of the classes and the review period. So is this a format where they take questions? No. Okay.
Yeah. So it's just one class. And for our region, we have 7 counties, 13 cities that are under our purview. So for our application, you have to be located there. The class is so informative. I can tell you our first class, we had ended the class and people did not want to leave. And it was it was such a safe space for questions. So we want to continue that. And some of the people, they wanted to come to the class and they may not have been eligible for the grant, but they wanted to stay and get this education. So we're super excited that we're able to have this Money Smart class and really facilitate that throughout the region.
So I guess it's one of the prerequisites is that they attend one of the classes. So you can't, this ain't virtual, y'all. So you're gonna have to show up and participate. But I just want to again give a shout out to the organizer and the implementer. Now, let me tell you something. It's a lesson in that, and the lesson is, you can have an idea, but in order for it to come to fruition, there needs to be some implementation. And I think this is a good model for us as business people to understand and to apply it in our businesses. I want to thank Ms. Omanovic again, for the role that you are playing. And she will be, Charise, we will give information, as a part of this. If anyone has any questions, you can go ahead and do that now because we're going to talk about other things. But you can see Miss Omanovic is so eager. Said, "Do we have time for questions?" Because she ready to give some answers.
Yes, and
she
is.
Let the listening and the viewing public know how to solicit questions or to get more information. You can do that now.
You can direct it to our website.
Oh, if you would please visit the West. We're about to go west. The Central Georgia Coalition of Black Businesses website. There's information about the SBR grant there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then I know, Alice, you have listeners all across the state of Georgia. Even if our coalition is not your coalition, it's other coalitions that are implementing it.
Right.
So get in touch with their presidents to see any additional information. But we're excited. We're stoked. We have a great relationship with the state of Georgia. We want to continue that. But again, we would not be here if it wasn't Theresa and all her hard work. And then all our boards, all of our boards and presidents, we had to have buy-in to implement this, but it's going to have generational changes with our small business. So we're excited.
Yeah, we are excited too. And I want to publicly thank you, Ms. Theresa. I'm not going to try to say that I've done too well. We want to thank you for all that you do, for the role that you play. Because, when you're dealing with numbers and regulations, it becomes kind of cumbersome. But you've been steadfast in your dealing with those numbers and those regulations, and we really appreciate it. The grant to the Central Georgia has been awarded, and then we are in the process of reviewing, etc. Charise and her team are, because they are responsible for that. And I want to thank our president. When I said president, our president, then that's kind of President Square. Twofold.
I need to get a shirt. That's president.
She's the state president, and then she's the local president of the Central Georgia Coalition and the president of the Georgia Coalition. So we are proud of our hometown girl and all the things that she's done and her relationship, with the other chambers, and most important with Ms. Omanovic. So thank you so much. We're going to take a quick break. Anything you want to say, Theresa?
No, I just wanted to thank everybody. Thank Charise and everyone for the opportunity. I'm very happy to be able to do this. So
this is a call to action. I'm your host, Alex E. Havisham, interviewing representative from the Central Georgia Coalition of Black Chambers and the Georgia Coalition of Black Chambers, and Ms. Theresa Omanovic, who's spearheading the grants. This grant for. So if you all want to know more about it, just go to cgcbb.org, and there is additional information about the grant. We're going to take a quick break. I got to rest my something because I pronounce Omanovic right, so I got to regroup. We'll be right back. We're back. and we're going to continue our discussion. We just finished the discussion with President Meriwether on, the Georgia Coalition of Black Chambers, of which she's the president. Now we're going to talk about the Central Georgia Coalition of Black Chambers and a couple other things. First of all, I want to publicly acknowledge, the role that she's playing and as it relates to her title, being in charge of the Office of Small Business and Minority Business Assistance for the city of Macon. And she's trying to be a little creative with us. She's coming out of the chute with something different, and it's called the 478. I don't know. Huh? Yeah, but that was such a phenomenal idea. And it ties in with the mission of the Central Georgia Coalition of Black Chambers and with her mission and with the mission of the Macon Middle Georgia Black Pages, because what we're trying to do is to uplift, the entire community. I need to say that because when you start talking about uplifting the Black business community, Charise, sometimes people think it's separatism, but it's not. Everybody benefits. A rising tide raises the whole ship. And I think we could produce a pretty good argument that as these businesses do better, the community does better. So, first of all, let's talk about 478 first, and then we'll talk about some of the initiatives of the coalition.
Well, I'm excited about the 478. So, Mayor Miller has always said small businesses matter. And I was thinking about how I can support some of the small businesses that come into my office. Our ultimate goal is to have more small businesses get contracts for Macon-Bibb County. And sometimes they have services that are things that we don't buy. And I don't want to leave them out. So the 478 is a small business incubator that we started at the Macon Mall. It's a retail incubator. So we're having small businesses that have Macon-made products have a spot at the mall, which has great traffic. It's been revitalized, and it's an incredible space. We're looking for additional small businesses that have unique products that are retail ready. But I think this is going to be a pilot program that will have lasting change. And to be quite honest, I never thought in a million years that it will come to fruition like it is. But I think, Alice, we've got something good here. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm in total agreement. And just while we're on it, but so that we don't miss it, how should one, see if they qualify? Because you want products now. It's not designed to compete with Macon Mall.
Right.
That's why you said unique products.
Unique
so what do one do if they want to see if in fact they can possibly qualify?
Yeah, so definitely if it's food or clothes or things that the Macon Mall already offer, we're not looking to be in competition. So one of our incubators do eye care. She's a certified doctor and she has a new product. So things like that we're looking to bring to the forefront. And our office now is actually an incubator. So I'm trying to cultivate our small businesses, getting their paperwork in order, getting things in place so they can build their capacity. So our office is doing a little bit more than what we're our main focus, but it's needed. And at this time, you always said, Mr. Alex, is, this time is critical. We got to pull ourselves up and we got to think out of the box. If something's not working, we need to try something else. So that's what my office is doing now, is to try something different and see if it works.
Oh, that's outstanding. I want to congratulate you again. Well, back to the CGCBB, which is the Central Georgia Coalition of Black Businesses. We are more than 3 years old, and then I just want you to talk a little bit about, and we're the vehicle for the grant, which we've talked about. But there are other activities, and I know you're gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it too. It behooves every African American business in Central Georgia to join the coalition. I'm preaching that we need to work together. There's strength in unity. So she will tell you. You can go to the website cgcbb.org and just join the coalition. But talk about some of the activities, including the mixers, the round tables, the expo, and some of the other things that are on the horizon. You
Yes.
for the Central Georgia Coalition of Black Business.
So
That's
what?
this.
Yeah.
That's the local presidency now. That's for
Yeah.
your local presidency. Now
Yes.
we talked about your state presidency. This
Yes.
your
The
local.
local.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you one of the most important things that we do is our weekly roundtable, which is every Wednesday. You're able to hear from some of the movers and shakers of the Central Georgia region, and to knowledge is power. And I think that's part of what we're trying to do is showcasing what's around in the community. So we do that. Then also in partnership with the Making Middle Georgia Black pages, we're promoting them to get listings and to get marketing and to really showcase what they're trying to do so people can be intentional and utilizing their services. Every month we have a monthly mixer. And it's just been a blessing. Now, under the leadership of Sylvia McGee and Alex Habersham and Dr. Murphy and all that, they're having a leadership institute. So we are hitting the ground running on so many elements, from the training aspects to the knowledge, knowledge base, to the marketing, to also just having a safe space so people can network and to trust each other. So this has we're going into our fourth year. And I think one of the reasons why we're sustainable is because we have measurable benefits to everybody who come in touch with us. Like last night we had a mixer, and the girl, I got emotion. She was telling us that she was able to purchase a home. She had just signed for a home, how things have transformed her life. And that's what we're doing. And that's not the only story. We've heard members getting their college degree that didn't think they could, or getting contracts they never could. I mean, the list goes on. And I think that's what been part of Alex's visions for 30 plus years, other Black pages, is that we can have lasting change. So I think with the coalition and what we're doing, we're seeing a lot of that dreams come to reality. Now we got a long way to go, but we're definitely on the right track.
It's no doubt. And the other thing that you can talk about very briefly, if you would, which I'm very proud of, is the expo, because we're going to do it again next year. So talk a little about the business and community expo that was on August the 9th at the Macon Mall.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
let me say this too. The Macon Mall is an excellent facility. I want to take my hat off to Alex Morrison and the mayor, for that facility. I mean, it's beautiful. And then, they expanded some of the services and the uses of it. They got that big room there. The regional commissioner had their thing. I think Fort Valley is going to have something there. We had a mixer there for the expo. So, I mean, I just want to congratulate. We got the amphitheater, but we got to make a mall too. And I think that just benefits the citizenry of Macon. So go ahead and talk a little bit about the expo, if you would.
Just briefly, August is Black Business Month. That is the time that we have our Black Business Expo. We took over the mall. It was so wonderful. We had vendors, exhibitors. We had people really showcasing all the small businesses and resources that the public needed. So our three pillars are business, government, and community, and we hit all three pillars running. So thank you, Mr. Habersham. You thanking everybody else. Thank you for your leadership, and thank you for all you've done so we can get to this point, and we appreciate you, sir.
Well, I want people to pay attention, if you would. I hate to, and I don't brag much, but I've got a reel, to show you how what I'm saying must be true. We got 11,000 likes on, and what that reel does is encourage us to do business with each other and effectively utilize the power of Black consumerism, not separatism. I just have to say that because some people get the wrong idea, but it's designed to uplift the community, and it will benefit the entire community. So if you want to join the coalition, just like she said and I said, it just behooves everybody, and then we sold some memberships last night, and I think we should acknowledge the fact that the coalition gave an award to Dr. Chris Ruben Ellis last night, the nephrologist, who's also a businessman. He's on the Social Duck downtown. And I keep forgetting the name of that restaurant, not the back burner. But anyway, he got the restaurant right next to the Social Duck. And so we wanted to acknowledge the role that he is playing in our community, not only from a medicinal, how about that, Charise? Medicinal. Not only from a medicinal, but also an economic perspective. So a shout out to medical aesthetic. Some people are losing some weight and looking better because of what he's doing at his office. That's Dr. Chris Ruben Ellis. So we want to give a shout out to him. You'll see the picture projected on the screen because he is so deserving. So if you're interested, join the coalition. Come to our every second Monday mixer. Get on our every Wednesday morning call. You get one more word, Charise, what you want to say.
I just want to say, be intentional. You always say we have the power, we have buying power here in Central Georgia, and we need to utilize it. And thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for allowing me to give you the opportunity. This is a call to action. I'm Alex T. Havisham, having interviewed Ms. Charise Stevens Merriweather, the president of the Georgian Coalition of Black Chambers and the Central Georgia Coalition of Black Chambers. And also as a guest, we had Ms. Theresa Omanovic, who is responsible for the mechanic of handling the grant that the coalition has received that we're going to give to members of the community who qualify. This is a call to action. Be sure to check us out. You can check us out on social media, join our YouTube, subscribe to our channel, join the Black Pages. You get a free listing because, together we can move this thing forward. A rising tide raises the whole ship. Thank you, President Merriweather. You all have a great day. And don't just stand there, do something.
That's right.
www.makingblackpages.com.
Think Black Pages first.
You better think.
Black Pages.
When purchasing goods like beauty supplies, cell phones, clothing, and food, think Black Pages first. For services like cleaning, event planning, and healthcare, search, shop, support.
The Macon Middle Georgia Black Pages.
Community for attorneys, auto, barbers, books, catering, churches, DJs, insurance, venues, and more.
Over 1,600 African-American businesses listed.
Serving Baldwin, Bibb, Crawford, Houston, Jones, Monroe, Peach, Twiggs,
Hey.
Wilkinson counties. When you spend money in your community, you are supporting the advancement of your community.
Our motto is
Have you hugged a black business today? Well, here's your chance with the new
the new
re-edition
of the Macon Middle Georgia Black Pages.